Here's a great opportunity to learn from the Western Hockey League. Let's take a look at goal number one, down too early. So when we start taking a look at this one.
Short side on this near side was Shane Smith unable to make it go.
Off the face-off,
You see that the goaltender is out at the top of his crease. The release is taken. The goaltender goes down on his knees before the puck even crosses the bottom of the circle. That creates a space on the outside. Now, as you start moving through this, you're going to start noticing from the different angles that the puck actually went right through the goaltender. If he was standing up, it would have hit him right in the blocker or in the elbow. You can see him travel right over top of the goaltender. So it's really important to stay above the puck and always close down on pucks. Let's go to goal number two. This is misuse of the reverse VH. You see this a lot in the National Hockey League.
Krebs in for McKenna. Waits cross ice, open is wise, but backdoor! It's in the score!
So now what you're going to see here is you're going to see a pattern or a tendency in this goaltender. There's an east-west pass, actually high-low east-west. The goaltender enters into a reverse VH, loses all his depth. Defenseman loses his mark and decides to leave the man open in front, and boom, it's in the net. In this situation, use an articulated pivot, stay on your feet, and use a lateral release to get into position. You also need to scan. If that goaltender would have scanned, he would have noticed that from the release, that player had to move away from him. So the pass was not accurate, so it was impossible for a one-timer. So here, boom, he's down, and then here comes the pass right under the stick. That is also kind of a goalie IQ, hockey IQ, defensive IQ situation. You have to decide, who's going to take what in these certain situations. And the goaltender's better off with the shot, and the defenseman's better off with the deflector in front of the net. Goal three, not stopped and set. So there's the scan, like that. But there was no adjustment with the inside
Tigers
foot.
Are now 1 for 2. Here's a chance. Mercick scores!
So when you do that, you end up being a little bit deep, and then you watch him flow out. On the next little view of this, you're going to see him off angle. So the puck should be noggin, navel, and nuts, and it's way over to his elbow, and that player finds that spot upstairs. This one's a high-low pass again. Remember when I said there's a tendency? This is the exact same play again. Pass is down, goaltender's not square and set. You'll see in that last little frame there that the goaltender actually backed into a potential pass to the left, but he didn't. He kind of backed into position there. In this case here, he was totally out of position. So high-low glove side again. So here's that play again. Over to one side, and then he just goes for it. So when you're playing at about 25% depth here, you're going to give a lot of space, especially with the amount of time that's there. You can see that there's a player option below the goal line, which is, fine to go into an RVH there. But in this particular case, it was a shot. So you got to come out, you got to challenge, and that defenseman's got to, he's got to pick up those players. You can't just leave them wide open for these players. The goaltender was kind of at the mercy of the shooter.
In this second period, and they've been penalized a lot, so they've had to defend. Here's Mackenzie to Parsons, coming up, scores!
So you're probably seeing a lot of this now. Again, kind of an east-west play, high-low. Look at the puck is above the rails, and we're entering a slide. Players can see you entering a slide, so they just wait for you to slide, and then they go against the grain. Look at the distance of that shot. So it's really important to stay on top of our feet, waiting and making sure that we're on the top of our crease until we have to move.
Now it's going to be Spilka and rebound, score!
This was a little bit of a defensive mess, but look at the depth here. Now watch him rise and then go back down again. And he starts to be really aggressive here to go through. He makes the save and then couldn't move. You'll see when he does the post-save recovery, his head doesn't even come over to the side of the net because he's just out of position in this particular case. Smart goalie, but really not getting a lot of support, but at the same time also not doing himself any favors when it comes to the positioning piece. This one here, he's at three-quarter crease. This goaltender moves to the right. I don't know if you saw that. We'll get back into this again, so I'll freeze the frame here so you guys get a chance to see it. Now watch the goaltender. When the release is taken, boom. Yeah, you'll see it from the backside as well. So here's the player here, or the goaltender. You'll see him move out, and then you'll start seeing him again move to the right. Here goes. So when you move out of the way of the puck, it's really difficult. That thing could have hit him right in the shoulder when we start moving around. Here's a poor rebound. Why are we in the RVH when the puck's against the goal line? I'm not sure. But look at the wide stance. The wide stance contributes to a very unstable foundation. So it's really important in certain situations, especially in odd man situations, you want to make sure that you're strong on your skates. In this case, he's so wide that he ends up falling backwards. And watch the play from behind the net. So watch as he moves in, his skates are pretty wide, and then he's already falling at this particular stage. Doesn't get a hold of the puck. The guy knocks it in the net. So number 10, down early. Let's take a look at this one.
They all played against each other in the Canada Sports School Hockey League. Kayla with another save. Sign that now. McKenna walks out front. St. Martin scores!
So if you saw that, this is another east-west high-low pass. The goaltender goes down too early. He also slides when the puck is above the rails, making it really difficult to get a footing and to beat the pass. So if you start going down a little too much, you're going to pay the price. Goal 11, stance is way too wide for this situation.
The
So let's
two-goal
take a look
game
here.
along with Tomas Bursic. Here's Parsons in. Kayla the save. Corbet jams it.
When you come with a really wide stance and the player shoots it, you're really limited to the movement in the upper body. Anything at the torso level, below the torso level, you're not going to be able to move. You're going to have to slide like Shesterkin does. In this place here, you can see him come out. Look at how wide the stance is. Like he's actually rooted at this particular stage. So it's really important to be, to pick up some of these tools all the way through. Again, same situation.
Breakaway. Hayden Harsani scores!
Okay, so you're on a breakaway. You come out too wide, and then what happens is you back in way too fast. And watch how wide the goaltender gets on these plays here. Watch this. So he stops in position, stops with a skate. He's way out on top of the crease, backs in way too fast. Okay, now he's at about three-quarter crease, and look at how wide the stance is at this point. He can't move left or right because he's got no more push. The only push he's got is in his ankles. So it's really important. These are really preventable situations. This is a great goaltender. We're not taking anything away from him, but these are some minor tweaks that could really make the game much, much easier. Goalie IQ book coming out in March, so stay tuned for that and look for it on Amazon. If you have any questions, please leave some good comments, and I'm happy to engage. Thanks a lot.